I just wanted to show you how to build a GPT with my good friend Amir today. He's actually never built a GPT, but he uses lots of them. Quick definition of GPT. A GPT is it stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, but you probably don't care too much about that. GPT is OpenAI's word for AI assistant. And you can use OpenAI's GPT Builder to create a GPT, an AI system for yourself. And you can probably do it in less than 5 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. So if you have ChatGPT Pro, you click on this little Explore GPTs on the left side. I've got everything really big so you can see it, hopefully. We've got the Big Game Party Planner. These are just some featured. Drawn to Style. I transform drawings into artistic styles and describe them. That's pretty cool. Tutor Me, the Murdery Mystery Mayhem. This one's been here for a little bit. It's kind of fun. But you can create your own GPT up here in the top right corner. So we're just going to click on that. And you're immediately hopped to this beautiful page, which has 3 tabs for you to play with. The first one is this Create. So you can actually just talk to an AI and it will create your GPT for you, which is what we're going to use. We also have this Configure for more fine-tuned things, and we can test our GPT on the right side once we've started working with it. So, Amir, what kind of GPT should we build? What should we do?
I like the GPTs that can scrape your document and do something with them.
Let me scrape a PDF document and turn it into a summary of that document. All right, so we're making a GPT that will take in a PDF document and turn it into a summary. So this GPT builder is going to update our configure tab for us. It's going to help us choose a name. It's going to generate a profile picture. And with that, we'll kind of be off to the races. It'll also create some instructions for how our GPT is going to work, and then we'll test it over here on this right side. Do you have a PDF you'd like it to scrape, Amir?
I don't have one, but I probably can make one real quick. Do I have it to make a GPT to make me a PDF? How do I make a PDF?
I mean, it's technically just XML, so.
It's been a while, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Hmm,
So how do we name? How about we name this GPT document just GPT document summarizer? That is perfect. I don't really care to give it a more specific name than that. Say that's perfect. Let's do it. You can see it created. It's a little big. Let me make it just a little smaller. So it created a description for the GPT, and it gave me 4 different conversation starters that I can just click on, and it sends this message immediately. Oh, look at that. I think that's awesome. Dude, look at that. Look at that profile.
I like that.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely
Simple enough.
gorgeous. I mean, the magnifying glass is a little crooked, but we don't care too much about it. Right, so now that we have our profile picture, we got our document summarizer, we got a description. I'm going to click on this configure tab and just look at the instructions that were given to our GPT. And I'm actually going to get rid of all the conversation starters. You can see I'm clicking X over here and it's getting rid of these because I don't really care too much about those. They generally just take up space. I wish I could provide an initial message to the GPT, but OpenAI doesn't have that feature quite yet. So looking at this information, this GPT assists users in extracting content from PDF documents and summarizing the information into a concise overview. It leverages its ability to understand and interpret the text, focusing on key points and themes to provide a clear and accessible summary. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to format this a little bit. I'm not necessarily going to read the whole thing, just so you guys can read it if you'd like to watch this back, but I'm pretty happy with the instructions that it gave it. I'm just going to go and find a PDF that we can upload to this bad boy. That's not where I wanted to go. That's not it either. All right. So we're going to over here. Okay, so we've got. So I know I have a couple of PDFs.
I've been trying to find one that doesn't have like crazy. I can't share stuff on it, but
I'm just gonna download one of my books as a PDF. Call it good. Please don't have me sign in. Come on. Please work. Yes. Two-step verification. Freak. All these things. Don't actually get on this device, please. Just let me in. Let me in. All right, so we're gonna take my Atomic Efforts book. I'm gonna export this as a PDF. And we're gonna upload it here. Downloads. All right, so we're uploading a book. I'll say, boom, send message. It's gonna scan that for us. It's gonna summarize it. Presents a comprehensive framework for personal development and skill acquisition, emphasizing the importance of minimal yet effective efforts to achieve significant growth over time. The book outlines the concept of atomic efforts, defined as the smallest amount of input yielding enough feedback for continuous improvement and goal clarification. It guides readers through crafting a vision of their best selves, identifying and applying building block behaviors, and utilizing a cyclical process of planning and reviewing, bookending, to ensure progress towards desired outcomes. The method is based on principles of consistency, feedback, and strategic behavior modification, aimed at fostering growth, fulfillment, and achievement in various aspects of life. I think I did a pretty good job.
it did. That's a nice little summary.
So, I mean, there you go. We just upload a PDF now, and now we can summarize our PDF in like 250 words or less. This did a really, really nice job of summarizing my book. So we built a GPT, our personalized AI assistant, in about, well, how long? It's been 8 minutes, but 3 of that I've been just randomly talking. I'm pretty sure for 2 minutes I was just trying to download the PDF. So in 4 minutes we have built ourselves a GPT that can read our documents for us. Voila, we did it.
Easy enough.
So fetching easy.
So easy. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, seriously, like you have no excuse. I mean, my 5-day build your own AI assistant challenge is ongoing. So anyone who wants to build their own assistant, you can build it in 5 minutes. If you know what you want it to do, you just walk in here, you just click on this create, and you just talk to it, ask it what you want it to do. And then the rest of the week is mainly focused on trying to get it to be more accurate, more useful, less random. So this is a pretty simple GPT, but if you had a very specific process, for example, that you wanted it to follow, you could have it follow that process. I'll save this, save it for everyone. Sure, productivity, that works. Just to give you an example of a specific process to follow, let's say, what is that GPT you said you used? It was
Grimoire.
Yeah, Grimoire is a bit more complex. I'm not going to dive into that.
Screenshot.
Like its own operating system. Yeah, a screenshot.
Screenshot to code GPT.
The code GPT.
Mm-hmm.
Clean HTML Tailwind JS code by a god of prompt.ai.
It's been a while since I've tried this one. I did it and it didn't do anything.
Do a logo. I think there's one with logos. Logo creator. So this is an example of a GPT that guides you through a specific process. Create me a logo featuring an ice cream. Make me an app icon for an RPG adventure game. Yeah, I like that one. Do it. This will help us create very simple logos. I'd like the logo to be vibrant, neutral, serious.
Vibrant sounds fun.
Vibrant. Default option is A, vibrant. Which one I prefer? I prefer the default, apparently. Definitely want a vibrant logo for our RPG adventure game. Otherwise, people think we're in the office. So neutral and serious. How would you like the complexity of the logo to be? Where 1 is extremely clean and simple, and 10 is extremely detailed and complex. 7. All right. Red and gold, blue and silver, green and brown. Let's do a custom palette. What color should we do? I think I like blue.
I always like blues.
Orange. Blue and orange.
There you go.
All right, do we want to make 9 different logos? I like making 9 different logos. Let's do it. There we go. It's creating our image for us. It's going to create 9 different logos that are blue and orange, that are relatively complex, vibrant for an RPG game. Boom. Those look pretty cool, actually. I like those. I like this one in particular.
It's pretty cool. The app logo creator is really cool.
Boom. Logo looks like these look like tiles that you play with in a game or something. There we go. We made 9 different logos and it did a great job. So that's an example of a GPT that guides you through a specific process. I don't know if you've ever used this one, Amir.
I haven't, but I'm actually want to.
Right up your alley. Like image
Yeah.
generation.
I mean, I might have. I've used a bunch of them. I'd have to go through my list, but there are some very, very, very darn good ones.
Big Game Party Planner, the guide to the Football Bowl and TS and TK Bowl party planning with games, score, and shopping links. Wow. I love this icon here. The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Happy Super Bowl. The R and the B are the same letter. Funny. We're looking at programming. Grimoire is probably going to be at the top here. So learn to prompt Graham. Draw websites or anything with a sentence. So this is an example of a GPT that's basically its own like operating system. Plus hotkeys for flows. Learn prompt first code plus art with 75 starter projects with P. Sure. P. Oh, there's my daughter.
Does not sound happy.
Oh. I mean, she just woke up from sleeping for like 14 hours straight. I think she's happy.
Should be happy.
You open the mysterious book. It begins with an inscription. With the support of GPT-4, I feel unstoppable. The overnight surge in productivity is intoxicating. Not for making money or starting a business, but for the sheer joy of, well, there's joy right there. Continuously creating ideas for my mind, which feels like happiness. More importantly, it gives me the courage to dream and attempt things beyond my current abilities. Who the fetch is Ke Fang? Well, there we have it. That is our GPT introduction. So you can build your own GPT. Just log into ChatGPT. Make sure you have Pro. Explore the GPTs. And then click on Create to make your very own. Everyone should have their own AI assistant that does awesome things. My
I agree.
friend, you need to have one, Amir. You need your own.
I need to make my own now.
Yep. I mean, I guess you could use my PDF summarizer, my document summarizer, but I mean,
I'll make my own. Let's see.
I feel like it's a useful thing just to say, yeah, I've done that.
Great. What would I like to make?
A document summarizer.
No. I would like to actually. I had a good one for this.
Image generation.
Convert CSV to JSON.
Convert CSV to JSON. What?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually probably want to do it the opposite direction, I think. So I read in CSV files. I actually don't need to convert them to JSON. I can read them in directly into my database as CSV or JSON. So I don't have to convert there, but I do need to. You know what? I'm going to do it. Convert CSV files to JSON. Whatever. It's my GPT. I'll make my GPT. Hi, little one. All right, let's name. Yeah, I think CSV to JSON converter is a perfect name. Converts CSV.
Yeah.
So
That sounds right.
I can drop a. I should have shared my screen. I apologize. It's never too late.
Yeah, go for it. It's open to you.
All right.
Throw you up on the jumbotron.
Let's see what we got here. All right. So I should be able to. Oops.
My daughter is so happy right now. What's going on?
Let's see. See if this actually does it. It seems like you haven't asked a question. Oh, I just assumed it. Like, I mean,
You haven't done anything yet, man. Click on configure. Like, there's nothing in there, right? Okay, go back to create. Go back to create. You're like, yeah, that's perfect.
I'll just say this is perfect.
Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, the GPT builder honestly isn't amazing, but I work with it until I generate a profile picture.
I see. I just wanted to be lazy and just send this.
Yeah,
but that's
too lazy,
okay.
man. Too lazy. Oh, look at that.
I mean, that was cool. I love it. I
mean, Adelaide's really liking it, so you know it's good. I love it.
I mean, should it be able to handle, provide, format, or detect? It should simply convert CSV to JSON.
Well, I mean, what is it like? Are you going to make an array of objects? Is that what that is?
Oh man, I mean, I guess I could. Would you like it to ask for? Yes, it should. It should prompt us for the expected output format. Based on the table headers. I always hate when this little spinny thing comes on because it means I'm gonna wait a while. You also experienced, was it last week? My patience with AI tooling has gone down. I feel like the quality has gone down at times too, but so, like features and stuff have gone up. But all right, so I've updated. Would you like to test out? So can I just test it?
Yeah, do it. Drag and drop, man. Drag and drop.
All right, I'm not even gonna tell it anything.
Oh.
I'm just gonna see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
Looks like your message is empty. Yeah, I hate to.
Oh, you know what? Okay, it can't read. You have to turn on the code interpreter for it to be able to read a CSV. So yeah, so click on configure, go down on that left side, turn on code interpreter. Yeah, it's kind of lame.
All right, let's see if it'll just do it now.
Yeah, so now it's going to use Python. Does it do anything?
Hasn't done anything yet. It said how do I want to map it? So I would like you to use the current headers and create an array of objects out of my CSV file.
There we go.
I mean, that should be enough for any normal tool to be able to figure out. I do have column headers, so as soon as it analyzes that, yeah, perfect. I will convert. Let's proceed. That looks correct.
It's getting to work, man. It's right in here.
Man, look at that.
Oh, it's actually writing it for you. I would have expected it to generate it with some Python code. That's kind of
And now I need to just say, can you complete this file? I think. If you need, would you like to proceed with that? Yes. Please proceed to generate a full JSON file. Thank you.
Please,
I only get snippy when it doesn't do what I've been told. And now my system gets hacked.
Yeah.
Let's see, it's going right now. It takes a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
There you go.
look at that. You
And
got a
that's our
JSON file.
data. Yeah. Up into the 4th, 5th, maybe. Yeah, this is correct because I don't have data from today and yesterday. So yeah, this would be correct. Huh. Yeah, there you go. So
Boom.
you could, I would actually advise that if you don't know how to do this personally, this is perfect. But if you want to do this a lot, I highly recommend you ask it to do this, but give you the Python code and instructions on how to install Python, how to use Python, and how to run this exact code. And at the end of it, you should be able to run this on a directory, run this on a single file. I mean, whatever you want to do. Like if you had like 1,000 files you wanted to convert, you just every file in the directory, convert them all. It's there's a tool for every scenario and situation, and this is a great one. If you're on the fly and you're working on something and you're like, it's not confidential information, obviously. If it's confidential, you definitely get a script and do it offline. But if it's not, if it's like this data is public data, I mean, that's no effort, right? I just had to answer a question and then spit it out. And I can create a script in a few minutes to do this too, right? That's not even the point. The point is I can be doing other things while doing other things while doing other things while this is running. I mean, it didn't take long. I mean, it's a relatively simple file, but as long as you have good data going in, I bet this will work really well.
Yep. GPT. So now we both built our own GPT.
There we go.
Everyone who's watching this needs to build their own. You go to ChatGPT, OpenAI,
I don't think I'm gonna save this.
chat.openai.com. Yeah, don't save it. You're good. I'm pretty sure. I mean, like you said, you'd probably have a Python script that would just do it for you.
I have a directory that you can just drop a file in and run a script, and it just spits spits the converted doc out. So I did those in I used to do those in PowerShell all the time. So I'd create a like when I had a Windows PC. So I made something in Python to do the same thing, but it's basically um, let's say you have like a monthly report that comes out, and you need to convert it to from CSV to some other format, right? Or move it into a database or anything. So you can have a directory that has like I call them worker bots on my Mac, but like traditionally like a task scheduler. And that task scheduler can run your script, right? You drop, let's say you have an FTP or something that spits files into a directory. You have this script that can run any file inside that directory, automatically gets swept or converted to wherever it needs to go, and you could just run that with a task scheduler. You could trigger it if you really needed to, but for the most part, you're going to run it with a task scheduler, and then it just moves your files. And if there's a reformat, the nice thing about like this GPT isn't necessarily that you would use this for that process, right? That's not I don't think that's the purpose for these. However, you could mirror and test your process with your data before you get there, especially if you're not like, if you're just learning this stuff, if you're just learning data analysis, if you're learning data movement. I mean, there was not a lot of like helpful tips when I was learning this many years ago. Emphasis on many now.
How many years, Amir?
Oh my gosh, I've been in the IT space for 28 years. 28 years. 28 stinking years. I have learned patience. But you can also tell where I have none. Like when the computer's my delay, I have zero. Like my patience used to be zero for humans. Now my patience is zero for computers, and I actually have patience with humans. It's weird. It like
That's good.
flipped with age. It's like a fine wine. So,
I turned 28 yesterday, so I guess you.
oh gosh, man, was that necessary? I mean, happy belated birthday. I put me at about 12 was 28 years ago. Is when I really started. Uh, Back when I was 12, I was able to configure switches, routers, servers, uh, home networks. I mean, so I probably learned it a little bit before that because you obviously don't just walk up to it and figure it out. I just remember my favorite story from that is I was begging my parents to let me install Linux on our only home PC, right? And of course they said no.
Yeah.
But then we were at like the bookstore and they had like a Red Hat for Dummies. Like it was like one of the first versions of For Dummies books. And it may not have even been for dummies, but like it was like that old. And all this stuff was new at the time. And it was one of the first releases of Red Hat. And um, I just figured out how to dual boot the computer. The beautiful thing is I didn't dual boot it. I just wiped the whole thing and started over. Um, so I did figure it out after a couple days how to get them both to run. But then eventually my parents broke down and just got me my own computer so that I would stop doing that. And that's where I kind of like, I mean, you had to like, just to get the modem to run, you had to physically configure and basically like compile firmware for your modem for it to work. It was not easy, and I feel like it's so much easier now. Is you don't have to do any of that. It's just there. It's just done. It's like breathing now. Now we're more into
Long way since 28.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's getting easier, and I mean my watch, my smartwatch, has more processing capability, I bet, than my computer 28 years ago. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just a watch, right? So it's crazy. Oh, did I never actually share my screen, or
No, you did.
did
I
I?
just pulled it up.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was done doing that anyways. That was just a story to share for anybody who's who's thinking it's like any of this stuff is hard. It's all hard until you learn it, and it's all easy when you look back on it, how much easier things are going forward than they were back, back even now, like what we're talking about today, there'll be probably an assistant that you just talk to as you're walking that's like embedded into your ear or something. And it's like, instead of asking it like, hey, I need to get downtown in 35 minutes to get to my appointment. You don't have to do that. The assistant is just like, you have an appointment. You need to leave in 3 minutes. Allow yourself 15 minutes, like this time for this time for this. You need to use the restroom. Go do this. The restroom's actually open right now. We can tell, and like it can get to that point where it should be able to take all those data points and come up with like your itinerary for the day. And we'll be robots at that point. And I can see it happening, right? It's going to happen at some point unless we stop it. And I don't think we're going to stop it. So, and anybody can call me crazy, but like literally take the points in time where people said you were never going to do this. I see people walking around and never ever make human contact. So for me, I feel like that's like the natural progression. If you don't want to make human contact, like we can't all be Iron Man, but it'd be pretty cool to be close.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd love to fly around. To be honest, it'd be fun.
I mean, that's available today, but very dangerous. And it is available. But
A little bulkier than what he had. I'll be honest.
As the leg twists and your leg twists with it, and you're just like, well, it's metal, iron, metal. I don't know, whatever.
What my dad likes to call this science fact.
It's yeah, it's
right? Because it's no longer science fiction. It's like all the
it's happening.
The early Star Trek where they're calling people on their phones like just like a lot of that is no longer science fiction. A lot of that is science fact.
Yep.
Things are actually happening, and it's kind of cool to live in that environment where all the science fiction movies from 20, 30, 50, 100 years ago, and they didn't have shows 100 years ago, but like the books, right? That were talking about stuff. Now we're doing it. It's no longer science fiction. It's no longer, there's no way you can do that. It's try it.
Yep. Yep.
This thing on your phone, and by the way, it's not human. It's artificial intelligence. So we're definitely on our way. But I'd like to wrap up the stream. My mascot and thought leader would like to share a few words. If she'll speak for us now. She has been trying to interrupt us the whole time. And now she's just looking at my wife. She's super happy about it. But okay. So, 5-day challenge. I really do want everyone to build their own AI assistant by Friday this week. I feel like it's an easy thing to do. And I feel that the potential output and outcome from building that is just going to skyrocket you and open your eyes to so many different possibilities that you simply did not even know existed. And I am beyond excited to see that, to see what people build and to see what others build. I mean, I had someone make an SQL query bot 2 weeks ago. He uploaded his entire schema to the knowledge base, and so he could just talk to it, like, build me an SQL query that'll join these tables. I had someone else build a project planner. I had someone else who was building a GPT that would take information from a client and then create a plan, an itinerary, a randomized itinerary for them. So that was pretty cool. I feel like AI is the perfect thing for that, with some fine tuning, so it doesn't pack your days full of stuff. But I'm excited to see what people build, and so is our mascot. Playing with.
She'll be building him in no time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It'll be so natural to her. Thank you so much for watching. Amir, thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate you. And have a phenomenal Tuesday, friends. Let's fetch and crush the week. Let's build our AI assistant.